Hello, family and friends and fellow YouTubers. It's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and today I am out at the Hancock Homestead. Probably one of the first things you're going to notice is that the Christmas tree is gone, and that's one of the main reasons I'm out here is because I am taking down Christmas decorations. I've been taking down Christmas decorations all weekend, and I'm finishing up today. Plus, I'm working on some laundry. And this video might be a little bit more unusual than most videos I put out because I'm just going to talk to you guys. But I know that a lot of people don't like to just watch talking videos. So I'm also going to try to work while I talk, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not always really good about focusing on two things, doing something and talking, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, the first thing I want to do is to kind of give you a tour of the Homestead house now that all the Christmas is done and it's returned back to normal. So let's do that first, and then we're going to end up in my bedroom because I am in there packing up clothes to take back to the apartment. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a real quick walk through, and then we'll have a little chit chat. Okay, so since I started the Christmas tour back here at the side door, I thought that I would start the normal tour here at the side door too. So as I mentioned earlier, this is basically where we come in at. And then we enter into the laundry room, storage room. And as you can see, today it is definitely being used as the laundry room. In fact, I need to put in another load of laundry. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys first. Okay, and so then we go into the kitchen, and it's fairly clean. So don't mind showing it to you. I usually do try to keep it pretty clean. I'm kind of a neat freak to a certain extent, and I'll talk more about that later. But anyway, here's the kitchen. And then walk into the living room, dining room combo. And as you can see, Christmas has been taken down. The nativity hanging has been taken down, and the apple seeds are back up. The hutch has been cleared off of Christmas, and it's waiting for the normal everyday decorations to go back into it. They're in that tub. I just have not gotten to that yet, and you know, it might be a few days before I do it. In fact, it might even be the coming weekend before I get to it, because my goal is to go back up to my apartment, but John will not care if it sits empty for a while. Okay, and so then from the dining room, we go into the living room, and of course the tree is gone, the stockings are gone, the Christmas hanging is down, and the quilt that my mother made is back up. The snowmen are put away, and now we just have my plants are back. I'm back to my chickens decor. The bookcase is back to having the kids' pictures on it. And now we're gonna go on into what I call my bedroom. So. Okay, and so now we're getting ready to go into what I call my bedroom. It was my bedroom for many, many years. I guess now it's kind of the guest room because this is where the kids stay when they come to visit. But like I said, it was and still is my bedroom. And I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But there wasn't much Christmas to take down in here because I did not decorate for Christmas. You will notice that that pile of stuff is gone. those totes down there, they're always there because this house does not have a lot of storage, and I don't have a lot of storage at my apartment. So, and those have like my personal papers and just a few personal knickknacks that I like to keep, but don't really have room to set out. So anyway, but yeah, so here's my bedroom slash guest room. Okay, family and friends, so I am back in my bedroom, and I'm working on laundry, and I thought that while I stand here and get everything packed into this basket to go back up to my apartment, that maybe we could just have a little chit chat and maybe a catch up and an update. And so that's what I'm going to do. Did you guys notice that I did change the calendar? When I was giving you guys the look around, I went, oh my goodness, I still have up my December calendar. So I took it down and I went and found the one that I had gotten for Christmas and hung it up. So here is my new calendar. And today it is January the 2nd. I hope everyone out there had a good New Year's Day. I don't know, did you guys make resolutions? I did not make a serious resolution. The only resolution I have right now is to get to tomorrow. And I guess right now that's a pretty good resolution for me, is just to get to tomorrow. January, February, and March are really hard months for me because I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. So during the winter, when I don't get as much sunshine, my serotonin levels just drop. I mean, I can actually start feeling the difference clear back in like November. But November and December, I don't notice it as much because you have the holidays and you're so busy with holiday functions and family and doing the special events that I can kind of shrug it off. But once January hits and I have the next 3 months of low sunshine, which means low serotonin, which is the chemical in your brain that makes you happy, these months just seem so long. And I mean, see, I told you I didn't know if I could do 2 things at once, talk and do laundry. Actually, these are pretty well folded. Actually, these are pretty well folded because I kind of fold them as I take them out of the dryer. But I want to get them transferred over here, and I might have to do some refolding as I go. Okay. So, where was I? See, brain fog. January, February, brain fog. Last January, I was in bed because I just had major knee surgery. So that took up most of January and February, and then my brother passed away in February. So last year was really, really hard. But I'm even having trouble this year. But I do have things that I do to combat it. But I do have things that I do to combat it. Like I have a happy light that I sit under certain days. I take vitamin D, extra vitamin D during the winter. And I take a multivitamin too, but I take higher doses of vitamin D. And then I do try to keep busy. Even on the days when I'm not thinking clearly, I do try to keep busy. So, did you guys make New Year's resolutions? And if you did, what were they? Leave me a comment. Like mine, like I said, mine is just to get to tomorrow. But you know what? To me, that's a pretty good goal because there's hopefully going to be a lot of tomorrows that I have to get to. I just can only do them one day at a time now. I'm sure I will probably come up with better goals, say spring, okay? April Fools. I will make April Fools, April the 1st. I will make April the 1st my goal setting day. Ugh. Okay, so I have my everyday colored clothes done, and now I'm just waiting. On the white clothes. Something else, I don't know if you guys notice or not. You probably do if you watch enough of my videos. Okay, so some of you may notice that I have a speaking problem. Sometimes I don't enunciate very clearly. Sometimes I drop the endings off of words. I have had a speech problem since grade school. They started sending me to speech therapy when I was in the 2nd grade. And I went to speech therapy like once a week throughout my whole grade school years, trying to get me to enunciate and speak more clearly and not stutter. I used to kind of stutter just a little bit. I don't know if it was a true stutter, but I would hesitate a lot. And it wasn't a very rhythmic pattern of speaking, very choppy. So anyway, even at 62, I still feel like I battle with my speech. So sometimes I will go back and repeat words, or I will even repeat whole sentences trying to say them clearly for you guys. And actually having this YouTube channel where I talk to you guys, I think is helping me with that. Plus having grandkids that points out to you when you say a word wrong, that's helping too. And they don't mean it. They don't mean it mean, you know. Like, I don't know a word. Sometimes I'll say word. I'll say, what, be talking to Jeffrey. And I'll say, okay, what's your next spelling word? And he'll say, word. What's your next spelling word, Grandma? Because he'll hear how I forget to put that D on there. And so I'll say, okay, good. And I don't get upset with him, you know, because he says it in a gentle way. So I will repeat the sentence to him. I will say, okay, Jeffrey, what is your next spelling word? And then he'll give it to me. You know, and I've talked to him. He's old enough to understand what speech therapy is, and that Grandma has a hard time talking sometimes, especially when I'm tired, which is how I'm getting right now, because I've been doing laundry all day and taking down Christmas, and I am ready to go back to my apartment, sit down in my recliner, and turn on some PBS. Watch a little bit of TV. Okay, so some of you might be thinking, well, wasn't she a teacher? Wasn't she a librarian? How did she get by teaching and reading to kids with this speech problem? And my answer to that is that I just tried to be more aware of it at school. And as far as when I was the librarian and I was reading to the kids, I would practice reading the books ahead of time so that I could get those words in my head better. And so then when it would come time for me to do the read aloud, those words will have already been in my brain and in my mouth. You know, and when I was teaching, I would just try to be aware of the fact that I needed to speak clearly. And no, I wasn't 100% all the time. I'm sure I made mumble mouth every once in a while, but I did try my best to be aware of the situation. But, you know, and a lot of times, if I was tired and I knew I could hear myself speaking not quite as clearly as what I needed to, then oftentimes that's when I would send for a 5th grade library helper to come down and read for me. Or like if I had to do a surprise reading, then if I was doing it, I would just be very slow and very conscientious of the words. And luckily, because I'm reading elementary level, they're pretty easy words. Or, like I said, I would ask a 5th grade reader to come down and read. So I was able to get through okay. But now I'm getting tired. Okay, so I think I'm going to call this it for this video, because I am getting tired and I am ready to get things loaded up into my Jeep and get back to my apartment where I can sit down, watch a little bit of TV, and just relax for the evening. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know more about what's going on in my corner of the world, please hit that subscribe button to Kilm's Country Corner. And try to go over and check out my other channel, Kilm's Country Corner /Travels. I have 2 channels, Kilm's Country Corner Homesteading and Kilm's Country Corner Travels. And I would really like it if you were a subscriber to both. Although, if you could care less about travels, I understand. Alright, so thanks for being here with me today. And I'm not sure how many videos I will get put out this winter, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try for 1 a week. I don't know if that will happen, but I'm going to try. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye for now.